Look, let's be real. You know your movie is in trouble when the only things you show in the trailer are some gender swapping and regurgitating shots from the previous movies in the franchise. The original Jurassic Park movie is a classic. It broke new ground in VFX, finally showed us dinosaurs on the big screen, and absolutely demolished box office records. It also happened to be a very well told story. It's one of those rare definitive movies for a lot of people from my generation. I can still remember the first time I saw the dinosaurs on screen. My reaction was pretty much the same as Dr. Grant's.
It's a dinosaur.
It was one of those holy shit moments where right there and then I knew I was going to be working in the VFX industry, which I still do, even after all these years. Needless to say, that movie made quite an impression on me, so seeing that constant decline in quality has been a bit disheartening. Neither of the following two sequels were awful, but they simply could not do what the first movie had done. But still, dinosaurs, man! And then the franchise went quiet. For 14 years. So when Jurassic World premiered, people were obviously very excited to see where the new generation would take this franchise. The movie made a ton of money because, well, nostalgia and dinosaurs. But it wasn't good. It was okay, but not great. But what it did do was make a ton of money. And then because of that, the inevitable sequels happened, each worse than the previous, with Dominion completely going off the rails.
That is one big pile of shit.
Each sequel had to have a bigger and badder dinosaur. Don't worry about the story or anything like that.
Don't know, don't care. How's that?
Just a bigger dinosaur. They didn't care about the rest. By the end of that movie, we now had a hybrid clone girl, multiple genetically modified dinosaurs, and they completely rewrote the origins of it all to have this one woman be the be-all and end-all of Jurassic everything. Basically, nobody cared anymore, especially not the writers. So naturally, after that mess, they're gonna let the franchise cool off a bit and get people hungry for the next time they reboot it again, right?
No!
Give the people a break, reset, and kinda rethink what made the original such a classic, right?
Wrong.
Here we are 3 years later with what they are trying to spin as some sort of a soft reboot, re-sequel hybrid thing. And why?
All you care about is money.
Because even with how awful Dominion was, it still made $1 billion at the box office. So naturally these greedy a-holes at Universal want to mine this IP till there is nothing left.
We're gonna make a fortune with this place.
And from the trailer it seems that we're already there.
It's Hollywood, baby.
All they have to show for it is a few gender-swapped roles and some greatest hits from the previous movies. That immediately tells me this movie is in trouble.
Oh no!
There doesn't seem to be any new story it's trying to tell. Just retreading old storylines and motifs and even just shots and moments from previous entries. Probably gonna go something like this. Big bad corporate company needs dino DNA for some or other amazing breakthrough that will change the world. And look, there's another island around Isla Nublar that never existed before where they kept all the experimental dinosaurs. Said big corporate company sends a small team and things go dreadfully wrong, because dinosaurs and stupidity. And it all seems to go in pretty much the same way as the previous movies. They've also thrown in some old Mayan-looking caves or tombs, because just raiding old Jurassic movies wouldn't be enough anymore. But also, because this is another sequel, the new dinosaur has to be even bigger and better. And what did they do this time? This thing looks like they took a bit of the Rancor from Star Wars, a little bit of the Predator, and a bit of Xenomorph in there. What are we even doing here now? Is this even a dinosaur still? I bet this thing's blood will be bright green or acid, or both. And then the next movie's new dinosaur will sprout wings, have lasers for eyes, and will be able to swim or fly between continents. Then for the last movie in this trilogy, the new dinosaur will either be sent back from the future to kill either Dr. Hammond or this new Jurassic Jesus lady to stop dinosaurs from being reborn, or it will be able to eat nuclear energy and have an atomic breath attack. How is that thing still alive? It looks like it was locked up in that cell thing for probably decades. Does it just not need to eat anymore? Why are any of the dinosaurs on the island still alive? Why weren't they nuked or bombed or something else? The stupidity with keeping them all alive is staggering. But then, so was the writing with the Jurassic World movies. So I digress, I guess. The only glimmer of hope here is the director, Gareth Edwards. He made the only good Star Wars movie in the last 2 decades with Rogue One. He restarted the Monsterverse with Godzilla, and most recently made the criminally underrated The Creator. He's a very talented director, but we've seen what happens with talented directors and big studio interference. Just ask any of those talented directors in the last few years who went on to work with Disney on Marvel or Star Wars or Indiana Jones projects. Great directors, rubbish movies. The cast also seems mostly competent, but I don't for one second believe that Scarlett would actually be able to protect the scientist guy. At least she looks like she got a decent tan. It's good to actually see Mahershala Ali in a movie again. Marvel did him dirty with Blade and all those years of waiting for nothing.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
Will this movie be any good? Probably not. Will it make a lot of money? Probably. I mean, it's still dinosaurs. I just really hope there's more to this movie than what we saw in this first trailer for Jurassic World, Regurgitate. But I guess time will have to tell. Anywho, that's me signing off.